Oh, welcome back to Uniquely Us. I am Frank, and this is Frank's Take. And this is a story I saw last week, actually. And I was waiting to gather more information before I actually made a video on it. And now it's still barely being reported. It's one of the biggest disasters we've seen here in the United States. And there's a media blackout on this story where it's being reported that reporters that were actually trying to report on the story have been arrested or were detained by this crash site as they were trying to get information. And this is taking place in Ohio, Palestine, Ohio. There was a huge chemical spill and a burn off that has led chemical fumes into the atmosphere, into the area that could impact 2 to 3 states. And you have not heard anything from the Biden regime. You haven't heard anything from out of the Pete Buttigieg's transport Secretary of Transportation. You haven't heard much from the mainstream media because this is a disaster, and this stems all the way back to the mismanagement of supply chain. And this is the first story I came across earlier this week, and this is the only story I had seen up until yesterday. Yesterday being Sunday, of course, being Super Bowl Sunday, a lot of people were distracted with things in the air. Of course, the Super Bowl and potential war with China, right? There's a lot of stuff that is moving your eyes away from things that are taking place right now. One of the biggest disasters in the United States right now is this chemical spill in Ohio, and it's a criminal that nobody else is talking about it in the mainstream. So this was the story that I came across earlier last week, and just want you guys to think about this. This took place on Monday of last week, a week ago, and some media is just now picking up on it as a huge disaster. Nobody wants to talk about it because there is a lot of blame to go around. So this is a story I came across here, and I looked at it. I said, okay. The only reason I picked up on it was because it was a chicken story. I like reporting on things that impact livestock, and I saw this story, and this was from WKBN out there. And it says North Lima woman finds chickens dead on Tuesday, questions chemical release from train. I'm like, chemical release from train? Wow, why am I not hearing about this? Right? So North Lima, Ohio, people across the Mahoney Valley, including those who live in Mahoning and Turnbull counties, reported smelling chlorine after Monday's controlled release in eastern Palestine or East Palestine. Officials said it wasn't dangerous, but it is. But one North Lima woman is very skeptical, and rightfully so. She should have been, about the statement. Even though North Lima is about 10 miles away from East Palestine, Amanda Bushers said that smell caused her eyes to water, and when she let her dog out, she believes it could have been the reason why her birds are dead now. She said it was going to feed her 5 hens and a rooster on Tuesday morning when she discovered them all lifeless, particularly in the same position, with no signs of predator entering the enclosure. She said, I was beyond upset and quite panicked, caused that this may be just chickens, but their family. Yeah, I can relate. And so I said, okay. So I was reading some of the comments in the comment section where I found this story. I said, a lot of people were saying, oh, this is, it has to be something else. And I'm like, people were like, I live in the area and there isn't anything going on. However, there is now. We have more and more information is coming out on this. And so let me go ahead and drop this one here. We're going to pick up this story from the Gateway Pundit. It says more chemicals identified in the Ohio train wreck. Fish and wildlife are turning up dead. Residents told safe to return home. On Friday, the Gateway Pundit published a story about News Nation reporter that was arrested while shooting a live segment from a gymnasium where Ohio Governor Mike DeWine was addressing a crowd from the other side of the building. In the body cam footage, the National Guard Major General is seen shoving the reporter while a local police officer gets in between the general and the reporter. News Nation's Evan Lambert was arrested for covering what was happening a week earlier on February 4th, 2023. A Norfolk Southern train derailed in East Palestine, Ohio, affecting some 50 rail cars, 20 of them which were thought to be carrying a dangerous chemical known as vinyl chloride. Initially, the derailment led to more than 1,500 Ohioans being evacuated from nearby areas. Over the weekend, though, the chemicals burning made it too difficult for firefighters and first responders to put out the fire. On Monday, February 6th, crews released the toxic chemicals into the air from at least 5 of the derailed tankers, citing a risk of exploding. Vinyl chloride is a dangerous chemical that was released during a 2012 train derailment in New Jersey, according to the Westlake Chemical Product Summary description. Vinyl chloride is a known human it's acid-based, right? Long-term exposure to vinyl chloride in humans and laboratory animals has been known to cause, and a coma of the liver. When exposed to open flames, open electrical elements, and electrical arcs, vinyl chloride liquid or vapor can decompose to form toxic erosive fumes, depending on the condition. When vinyl chloride is exposed to high temperatures, heat, or ignition, hydrogen chloride gas, which is highly irritating to the nose, throat, as well as trace levels of cyclone gas may produce. Okay, it's now being reported there are more chemicals on board of the train. The EP has sent out a letter to Norfolk Southern stating that the ethanol, glyco, ether, and all this other stuff here were found in the derailed cars as well. Hazardous material to, it's bad. This was the scene. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. They refuse to acknowledge that this is going to impact a lot of people. Health issues, right? Residents are taking to Twitter and other social media to document experiences with the controlled release. It's a massive explosion and poisoning. American citizens should be a much bigger story. Why the media isn't talking about it, right? Why aren't they talking about it? Here's some, let me go ahead and pull this up for you guys. Here's some stuff coming out of here. Let me show you. Have it over here. So
these aren't storm clouds. This is the fucking shit that they burn off, the fucking shit they burn off in East Palestine. This is not fucking storm clouds. Look at it. This is over Darlington.
There you go. If you are from Palestine, Ohio, please let me know what's going on down there in the comments down below. If you need to reach out to me, you can reach out to me via my email, which can be found in the channel description. And, just if you're in that area, stay safe. Pray for the people of Ohio and the surrounding areas, because this is a huge cover-up that they're trying to downplay as safe and effective, right? Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Of course, you guys can follow me on all my social media, including Odysee, Gab, and Twitter, all linked in the description down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe button, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day.